We have a Indy 500 with a very old ROM version, and I will ask the client if they'd like me to update that. But it was sent to me because the Indy 500 was resetting fairly often, and so I've done everything that I can to the board to make sure that the boards aren't responsible for the resetting. So on the MPU board, nothing to do with resetting, but these three headers I took off and replaced because they were corroded, and this one had corrosion underneath it. I'll roll in a picture of what that looked like. Replaced the power header. Somebody had already replaced this power input filter cap, so I just left it, installed NVRAM, and put a different reset generator on it. And this is typical when you're testing on the bench for the first time. On the driver board, I replaced all the GI headers. This is GI in, power out. This is the unregulated 5 volts. And the power input and the top 4-pin connector is a ground connector. I installed an easy SBC 5-volt regulator and adjusted it to 5.1 volts loaded. Replaced C4. There was a replacement cap there, but it was kind of the wrong value, so I just replaced it again. And C2, which often leaks. Voltages on the board right now are 5.11. That's your 5 volts. 12.8 or 12.0, sorry. And that is the regulated 12. 14.7 is the unregulated 12. 21 and 72 are your coil and flasher voltages. So let's put it into test. And this is normal because it is not in an Indy 500. Let me set that time and date just to get rid of that message. All right. And let's get into tests. Switch tests. Indy 500 doesn't use the rightmost column. I'm going to go across the diagonal showing that the rows and the columns are both working perfectly. And there's that last switch. Whoops. I always like to test the coin door switches also. So those are all working correctly. Let's go to solenoid test and get the test running. It skipped one there. The game must not use that solenoid. And you use one that's over in the typical flasher column. All right, solenoids look like they're working just perfectly. The GI. And most of the time, GI failures are caused by a severed trace from the AC side of BR2. We'll do the lamps and the flashers all at the same time. Looking good. And that is it. Whopper computer is computing away. Got a DMD Lux board I brought in just for kind of evaluation. Works really nice. And that is it. I'm going to back off here and get my automatic custom message thing to working. And I thank you so much for sending it.